let's predict player stats for the Buffalo Sabres and the Calgary Flames for the upcoming 2026-2027 NHL season. Starting off with Zach Benson. Last season, he played 65 games, had 13 goals, 30 assists for 43 points. This season, I'm expecting big things out of him, especially because of what we saw in the playoffs. He was an absolute dog, probably Buffalo's best forward. Um, and also, they lost Alex Stuck and Jordan Greenway, so there's going to be more ice time available for somebody on the Sabres. So I think Benson can take the next step, especially since he reached the 200 game mark. So that's the breakout threshold for forwards. So I'm expecting big things from him in the way of 84 games, 21 goals, 49 assists, for 70 points, and I would expect even more. I think that's floor for him. He's gonna get all the ice time in the world. He's got crazy potential. I love Zach Benson. Sky's the limit. Next is Euro, I guess, Kulik. Yuri Kulik. Last season he dealt with a blood clot, so he didn't play much. He only had 12 games, 3 goals, 2 assists. Although I think he's got good potential, he should be a top six forward this season. Probably sometime like last year he played, and the year before he played some first line center. So Buffalo sees him as a potential top six winger, top six player. So for that reason, I don't. Although I don't know how he's gonna recover from the blood clot and all, but here are the stats I'm projecting for him: 84 games, 22 goals, 18 assists, for 40 points. So nothing crazy, but 22 goals is pretty good, especially for such a young player. Um, Hopefully he gets to be healthy. So I don't know what more to add. I think he's a pretty good sniper. Next, Tage Thompson. This past season, he played 81 games, scored 40 goals, added 41 assists for 81 points. Um, as I mentioned is in my centers rankings video, I think Tage Thompson could score a lot more goals. And we could see that in the way of power play goals because I don't think he had very many this season. I think it was like six. I'm expect like should at least crack 10 power play goals pretty much every season. So for that reason, I projected him for 84 games, 46 goals, 38 assists, and 84 points. So the points will stay in the same range of around a point a game, and I'm expecting him to score more. I would like to see him crack 50, but we'll see if that happens. Next is going to be Josh Norris. Josh Norris is always dealing with injuries, as reflected in his 25-26 stats, in the fact that he played only 44 games, scored 13 goals, 21 assists for 34 points. He's paid nicely. He's got like a 7.9 cap hit, I think it is. He should be around a point a game player, like a 70 to 80 point guy if he was healthy, like 35 to 40 goal scorer, but he's never healthy. Although I gave him 84 games because I want to see it happen, and I decided to give everybody 84 games unless I know for sure they're going to miss the start of the season. So 84 games, 32 goals, 40 assists, 72 points. These would be his projections, like if he had healthy seasons throughout his career. Those would be his numbers. So I just gave them to him. Um, can he reach that? Can he play all 84? I highly, highly, highly doubt that, but I'm hoping it happens. Next, Josh Doan. Last season, he played pretty well in his first season in Buffalo. All 82 games, 25 goals, 27 assists for 52 points. I think Doan could be a solid second line winger. Do I think the goal scoring was a little too high? Yes. So I think his numbers are going to be pretty similar, but maybe with less goals. So I give him 84 games, 21 goals, 32 assists for 53 points. Um, yeah, not much to say there. I think he's going to be around a 50 to 65 point guy every season, so pretty solid. Next, Jack Quinn. Last season, Jack Quinn played 82 games, had 20 goals, 31 assists for his first 50-point season. So, first 50-point season, he had 51 points. There's a lot of rumors around Jack Quinn, as in trade rumors, but I I I, I love this guy. He's got a great shot. He just needs to use it more. Uh, but for this year in Buffalo, I think he's gonna really improve because, as I said, for Zach Benson, he's reached the 200 game mark. Uh, he's gonna have an opening in the top six with the departure of Alex Tuck. So if he runs with it, I could see him having a breakout season, which is why I gave him 84 games, 26 goals, 40 assists for 66 points. And honestly, I think that would just be the beginning because I definitely see Jack Quinn reaching the 40 goal mark in like one day in his career. Next, Rasmus Dahlin, the captain. He was this past season. He was a Norris finalist with 77 games, 19 goals, 55 assists for 74 points. Dahlin was kind of hard to project because I didn't know whether to give him a lot more points, a lot less points. In the end, I settled around the same number, just with lower goals and more assists. So I gave him 84 games, 16 goals, 66 assists for 82 points. So almost a point a game. But his shooting percentage this past season was like 9% when his average, I think, is below 8. So that's why I have him scoring a little less goals, but having more assists to compensate. I definitely think Darlene could reach the point a game mark and even more, but that'll depend on how the forwards play and if young players like Benson and Jack Quinn can take the next step. Next, Owen Power. Last season, he played 81 games, had 8 goals, 21 assists for 29 points. I think the Bowen Byram departure is really going to help Power because he's going to get a lot more ice time. Now, he needs to do something with that ice time because time is ticking. Time is ticking. He's getting paid handsomely, and he needs to prove that he's worthy of the first overall pick. So for that reason, I think they're going to deploy him on the second line power play, maybe with Zellweger. Um, but he needs to run with it. So I give him a, a little more points, more in line with what he had before Byram got to Buffalo. So that would be 84 games, 9 goals, 29 assists for 38 points. But honestly, Power should be pushing for 50. Is that going to happen in Buffalo? I have my doubts because he's never going to be on the top line power play as long as Darlene is there. So we'll see what happens. Maybe he can improve on his defensive side or physical side because he's huge. Next, Olin Zellweger, the newcomer in Buffalo. Uh, Last season in Anaheim, he played 76 games, scored 7 goals, added 15 assists for 22 points. I really like Zellweger. He's a good skater, very good offensively, good goal scorer. I think he's gonna get a chance in Buffalo. Obviously he's gonna play behind Darlene and Power, but I think that could be fine for him. Like as long as he gets second line power play time, he can put up the points. So this season, I projected him for 84 games, 12 goals, 22 assists, and 34 points. So honestly, that's kind of a lot for a third pair defenseman. But I really like the player, so I believe in him. And 12 goals, very impressive if he reaches that mark. Next, Matthias Samuelsson. This past season, he just had a career year. 78 games, 13 goals, 28 assists, 41 points. I don't think that's ever happening again. No disrespect to him, but he's more of a shutdown guy than he is an offensive guy. Playing with Darlene definitely helps. He gets a lot of playing time too, but no power play time. So to me, the 13 goals cannot happen again. I don't remember what his shooting percentage was, but I'm guessing it was pretty high. So for all those reasons, this coming season, I have him projected for 84 games, back down to only 5 goals, 16 assists, and 21 points. So basically half the points he got in the last season. But honestly, Samuelson should not be putting up 13 goals. I don't know what happened, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see what happens. Next is gonna be the goalie Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. So this past season, he was very good, although in limited time. So only 35 games. He had 22 wins, 3 overtime losses, 1 shutout, and 1 assist. Now, I do think he should get a healthier season, and hopefully he gets to be more consistent because from what we've seen so far, he gets 1 good year, 1 bad year, 1 good year, 1 bad year. Hopefully he lines 2 good years in a row. Um, and I think Buffalo should stay relatively pretty good. I don't think they should be falling out of the playoffs. So for that reason, I gave him 56 games played, 30 wins, 6 overtime losses, 2 shutouts, and 1 assist. So those would be good starting numbers. He would be considered a good starter in the NHL with those numbers. Uh, Now I don't know if they're gonna Lindy Ruff's gonna trust more Alex Lyon to get a little bit more starts. We'll see what happens there, but UPL is still very young, so I think they should be running with him, especially with the contract he's got. So to me, those numbers are absolutely attainable for him. Moving on to the Calgary Flames, we have Matvey Gridin. Last season, he played 37 games, scored 6 goals with 14 assists for 20 points. But the numbers don't reflect it necessarily. But I think this guy has potential to be a superstar player in this league. I was super impressed with the 37 games he played. He looks amazing. He's big, he's strong, he moves really well, good skater, and he is super skilled. So I could see multiple 100 point seasons in his future. Maybe not this upcoming season, but I still think an improvement on the 20 points is due, especially the 6 goals. I think that's a little low. So I give him 84 games, 18 goals, 37 assists, and 55 points. If he reaches those numbers, I think the league is in trouble because he is very, very, very good. I just hope he can score more than 18 goals. That would be very impressive, but I have high hopes for him. Next, Morgan Frost. Last season was his best season in Calgary. Not saying much because this was his second season, but he played 82 games, 22 goals, 21 assists for 43 points. And I think what you see is what you're going to get out of Morgan Frost, although he's their first line center by default right now. Um, is there more than 40 points in him? I doubt it. I doubt it. I don't really see it. He's a pretty good two-way forward. He's serviceable from time to time. If like your first line center goes down, he can jump in there. But can he reach 50, 60 points? I don't think so. So I give him 84 points. 84 games, 15 goals, 25 assists, and 40 points. So I think the shooting percentage was a little high. So I see his goal scoring going down a little bit, but the assists should go up. 40 points, maybe a little low because he's gonna get all the ice time because they have nobody else at center, so he's probably gonna play on the top line power play. And if the young guys take a next step, he could absolutely put up a lot more assists. But we'll see what happens. Next, Matt Coronado. Last season, he played 80 games, had 18 goals, 27 assists for 45 points. So kind of mid, I would say, because Coronado has a really, really good shot, so you would expect him to score at least 20 goals. But he just reached the 200 game mark, so guess what that means? I think he's gonna have a breakout season. So I gave him 84 games, 33 goals, 36 assists for 69 points, which is nice. I think Coronado has star potential. He could become a point a game 40 goal guy. Um, and I expect him to put up some big numbers this season. We'll see. Like playing in Calgary, that might be difficult, but he's gonna get all the ice time in the world. If he plays with grit, and especially, I think he can reach those totals. Next, Connor Zeri. This past season was rough for him. He only played well. He played 74 games, only scored 12 goals and 13 assists for 25 points. Uh, he is an upcoming RFA, I believe. So I think he's gonna produce to get a big contract, and he's still a young player. I like Connor Zeri. He can play center, so if he plays centers and plays with Coronado, he can put up big numbers, and he's right around the breakthrough. What's it called? The fuck, I forget what the breakout threshold. That's it. So I think he's gonna bounce back and add to his point total. So I gave him 84 games, 25 goals, 39 assists for 59 points. That would be a very good season for him. Like he's gonna go from 25 points to 25 goals, which is kind of crazy, but I believe in him. So hopefully it happens. Next, Joel Farabee. Last season, he played 82 games, scored 20 goals, 18 assists for 38 points. Farabee has become more of a penalty killer as a player. He's more defensively minded now, and I like him in that role. So I think his numbers should be pretty similar to what he put up this season. So I give him 84 games, 16 goals, 24 assists for 40 points. Next, Jonathan Huberto. Last season, he only played 50 games, had 10 goals, 15 assists for 25 points. Uh, he had surgery, hip surgery, I believe it is. He's getting up there in age. I am very worried about Huberto, but listen, man, I don't think a player forgets how to play hockey from one day to the next. So I don't believe the 115 to like 50 point drop off is something. It's real. I don't believe it. I don't believe it's real. So I want Huberto to be good. We'll see what happens with the surgery and all. But bro, I gave him 84 games, 19 goals, 46 assists for 65 points. I hope he reaches those numbers. Calgary should be better. They have good up and coming players. They should be offensively gifted. Like I want them to do good, and I want Huberto to be back. So 65 points would be a step in the right direction. Do I really believe it? No. Next, Shimon Nemitz, the newcomer in Calgary. Last season in New Jersey, he had 68 games played, 11 goals, 15 assists for 26 points, including a hat trick, by the way. Um, I see Nemitz more as a two-way defenseman than I do an offensive defenseman. I don't think he's going to be on the top line power play, but I think he's going to get a lot of ice time. Like he's going to be a top pair defenseman. He's going to be playing with most likely Kevin Ball. So I think he's going to put up some numbers. For that reason, I gave him 84 games, 8 goals, 26 assists, and 34 points. I think that would be pretty solid numbers for a young defenseman. The 8 goals are lower than the 11 goals, but like the hat trick was kind of crazy, so I took that away. Maybe he puts up more points, especially if he plays on the top line power play. But for now, I think they're gonna start with Zane Perek as they should. Next, speaking of Zane Perek, last season he played 37 games just like Matvey Gridin. He scored 4 goals with 5 assists for 9 points. I think the 5 assists are way too low, especially with how gifted he is as a player. I think this guy has crazy offensive potential. We saw it in the WHL. He put up 30 goal seasons, so I'm expecting him to put up some big numbers in the NHL. Now, is it gonna come this year specifically? Probably not, but sometime in the future, yes. As of right now, he's still gonna be on the top line power play. He should be a top 4 defenseman, and he should be playing with Jacob Middleton, so that should help him 5-on-5, because sometimes it was kind of rough this past season, especially in the physicality department. So, with all that being said, I give him 84 games, 9 goals, 24 assists for 33 points. So I think his numbers should be similar to Nemitz. Nemitz might put up more points 5-on-5, and Perek more points on the power play, but I think 33 points should be the floor for Perek. I could definitely see him being a 60, 70 point defenseman in his career and even more. Next is going to be Kevin Ball. I think he's going to play with Shimon Nemitz, but let's go through this last season's stats for him. He played 76 games, scored 4 goals with 14 assists for 18 points. I think we're going to see more of the same. He already plays a lot. He's a defensive defenseman, so nothing crazy, like not really fantasy relevant. So I give him 84 games, 3 goals, 18 assists for 21 points. The other defensive defenseman on the Calgary Flames is the newcomer Jacob Middleton. Last season in Minnesota, he played 75 games, scored 2 goals with 14 assists for 16 points. He was traded as a cap dump mostly. People were dogging on him for his playoffs and things, but I think that's that just comes with the contract he got for no apparent reason. I don't know why he's paid so much, but I think Middleton is a very capable top six defenseman. He's a good shutdown guy, and if he plays with Zane Perek, that's really gonna help him. So, although the 16 points were a down year for him in general, this season I'm expecting him to put up some more points, especially with Perek as his partner. So I give him 84 games, 5 goals, 17 assists for 22 points. Nothing crazy, but more in line with what he did before. Now, moving on to Dustin Wolf, the goalie. Last season was very rough for him. He played 57 games, got 23 wins, 3 overtime losses, 2 shutouts, and 0 assists. He kind of lost his starting job to Devin Cooley at the end of the season, but honestly, it was only his second season in the NHL. I think he's got very good potential, and I think he bounces back, especially with the arrival of two defensemen in Nemitz and Middleton, and even White Cloud, who wasn't there the entire season last year. Although although they're replacing Rasmus Anderson and Mackenzie Weegar, so I don't know how much that improves them. But I think a good up and coming team in Calgary should put up a little better numbers. So for that reason, I gave Dustin Wolf 55 games, 26 wins, 5 overtime losses, 4 shutouts, and 1 assist. So I think he bounces back and builds on that for the rest of his career. That's it for this video. Tell me what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and see y'all later.